if you don't see this meter running, hit it again. Running. Just focus through there. And these two,
how do I focus?
here, right here, these two fingers, and here. See how that goes in and out?
Oh my gosh, okay.
So you got to do it real slow. And don't move the camera too fast.
Okay.
You know, in other words, concentrate on a figure. Okay?
Okay.
And you can be in charge of that. It's filming right now.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out the werewolf show.
No, film it, Julie!
What is on TV?
What was it? The werewolf.
They were having
It's on regular TV.
Oh, it's not regular TV?
You don't make any difference.
They were expressing themselves in the shower.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Feeling older?
You didn't know where you went. Okay.
Nice and weather suit.
Oh, I love it. Easy to wear.
Do you go out walking in it?
No. We never had clothes like this.
No. They are
Well, I
comfortable.
live in
They are comfortable.
Best things in the world,
Never have to iron them, that's the part I like.
Yeah, throw them in the washer.
read the labels, no iron.
Yeah.
Don't like the iron. You're gonna get cold and leave. Everybody rest well last night? Yeah, I asked her if she got that new style off the front page of Vogue.
Yeah.
Said, yeah. Look, Ma, no hands.
That's next month's issue. That's next month's issue.
That's it. Look, Ma, no hands.
Yeah. You're growing, ain't you?
She even keeps her hair pressed.
Marianne got it. I knew with her when she got it.
Julie, don't take his arm. I'm trying to get out of here.
Hey, Sean.
Boy, look at you.
Oh, hi.
Somebody was drunk.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm straightening up the ties.
We would do that, right?
You know, it would work better if you had the lights on.
Let's turn the light on.
Sing it.
Where'd Kevin go?
Kevin's downstairs.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man. Nice. We'll be up in a minute, Dad. I have to get my breath. Isn't that nice? Isn't it where Daddy alligator goes to get the little baby alligator? What's that song?
No, I'm
Just sing a good song, any song you know.
Over the hill and
I
far
know.
away. What song is that?
I know the one. I know
Yeah, last weekend was just terrible.
no, I don't
Yeah,
know
that'd
it.
be good. Last Friday.
You don't know any songs?
Friday,
Okay, then
So
say,
I
wave
can be
by.
on the picture.
Okay, you get out of the picture.
Yeah. What's the one lit around the wind? You have to say.
No, sometimes it doesn't.
I know. Jump.
I will.
Where'd Ann go?
That's her name.
Where's Jim Bob?
There's Colleen.
A birthday party. What do you think? We already signed her for it.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Jim didn't even see his son.
What are we doing there?
NCL.
Yeah. Yeah.
This hour, computer program. Boy, he's so busy.
Kevin
He's doing in there.
Just Kelly Walker. We got great.
Very
Yeah, that's
boxes of juice. Where are you? See that printout there?
Probably are.
Actually, the printout.
I got one. Where'd he go? He did
Yeah,
that.
well, TV.
The green chair.
Did you do that at company time?
Don't film me.
That's called white collar robbery.
Don't film me. Take me off the camera.
Kevin, if you sit down right next to your dad, can you get it better?
I jump.
We could turn that off for a few minutes.
Yeah. As soon as Uncle Jim gets one.
What did you do? Just really?
Excuse me, I'd like to propose a toast.
I
Toast.
Where's Daddy?
My sister Mary Ann put this up to me because I'm the only son that's not adopted in this family. Mike was asked to because my dad gave him the stores. I was asked to do the toast here. What we're enjoying right now with all the laughter is called levity. That's what we were taught of in our home is levity. We were always taught to go forward. We were always taught to go forward in life and laugh and never turn back. I hope 30 years from now, when he's 90 years old, he can toast me. I was just checking. My father always made sure that we knew our math and that we knew how to check other people's acuity. I was checking off. See?
Another drink.
Yeah. My father also taught me not how to drink, how not to drink. That's why I'm drinking Coke. Part of us are on the other side of the continent, but they're enjoying the same emotion that we are, I'm sure, because they're the same type. The kids that we are. We laugh. We don't very seldom cry. My father was a wonderful man, still is, and 30 years from now, which makes 70, I hope that he will be able to celebrate my 70th birthday with me. We love you, Dad.
Thank you.
And we're going to have a little fun. Some fun and some seriousness with Grandpa, with Dad, and with a brother Jim. How's that? We're going to start first with Aunt Mary. Okay?
Oh, I don't know.
Aunt Mary, get it over here. We'll wait for you.
Card? What the hell y'all come for?
Gary, what? In the family room.
Hey, read this, boy.
Go get it, Jackie. She'll never find it. It's been my first on account.
What do you mean you never played? Jackie got a shadow.
Hey, monkey, you up there?
I gotta go something.
What do you tell?
Better wait, Aunt Mary's coming back.
Listen, everybody, you can't tell Is that one of the jokes your daddy told you?
No. The Muppet Baby. And then the Muppet Babies went in trash.
Okay, Sam, Mary's going to talk. And Mary's going to talk
Jack,
now.
I got my
Grandpa.
things. Okay, Mary.
Early memories of Jim. Jim was misbehaving in church, and Mother didn't want to restrain him too noticeably. So she gave him a pinch to get him to behave, and what did Jim do? He let out a very loud yell. I don't think Mom ever tried to pinch again. Jim must have been about 5 or 6 when he lighted the firecracker and quickly covered it with a tin can. Nothing happened. Jim went over, lifted the can, and the firecracker blew up in his face. He was all right. It was a good scare, though.
But that's why he has that
One of the strong reasons for our family moving from Fulton to Clinton was the 3rd grade teacher who decided she would beat some math into Jim's head by banging his head into the door that teacher who was shocked one Halloween to find her sheets had been plastered with tomatoes as the sheets hung on the clothesline.
Shouldn't tell her.
And then here's the other one. He told this one too. Jim decided to beat up on a boy who used to get his kicks by threatening me and chasing me home from school. But Jim actually had a grudge against another boy, so beat up on him by mistake. Did the folks buy that? Jim always had a number of buddies to pal around with. In Fulton, they loved to climb down the rock quarry, crawl into tunnels made by the big boys when the big boys weren't around, supervise the chivalry on a newly married couple, and also the rewards. Conned me into letting him use my old sled for the rear half of a bobsledding deal. He let me trail along with his gang some of the time, even helped carry me home when, in Follow the Leader, I jumped off the barn roof onto a nail in an old log. He also saw to it that I got safely down the side of the rock quarry and let me go along to check out the trash behind the toy factory to see if any parts of toys had been thrown out. None were. He wasn't scared when Dad took us all for a ride out onto the frozen Mississippi River, as dozens of others were doing. I was scared. We moved to Lyons because Mother said there would never be a Catholic school in Fulton because there was so much hatred and evil. In Lyons, Jim played baseball in the street, sailed chunks of wood down the gully after a heavy rain. Someone said he and his buddies had even gone down to a camp for tramps down near the river. Also that he went swimming in the Mississippi with his buddies. In Clinton, he built crystal sets, took flying lessons by means of a book and a kit aileron, etc. He experimented some with chemistry, collected stamps, and finally set up a gym with a mat and exercises. He let us share the gym by our agreeing to do dishes this week. I don't think he ever did dishes again. He had a lot of buddies and usually managed to leave one of them behind to finish up his chores while he had to go attend some important business with the others. I'll never forget Jim's 95-yard run for a touchdown for St. Mary's. Now, the time he got knocked unconscious, they carried him off the field and took him to Dr. McAndrews, a chiropractor who finally helped him regain consciousness.
Dr. McAndrews!
No, I never attended another day. Another day.
Never after that again?
She'll never go to another football game. Jim worked part-time at Marcuse's ice cream parlor. He made it sound so interesting, mixing up ice cream, etc. He wore a white shirt and bow tie on the job. Then he worked at a men's and boys' wear store and proceeded to dismantle part of the boys' department. The owners were greatly relieved to see that his remodeling actually did work. He was surprised at school one day when his sister, I can't remember which one it was, asked him if he related to Jane, I can't remember her last name. He had been talking to Jane between classes, so surely she was a relative. On a vacation in Melrose, Aunt Alice and Uncle Will invited us out to their farm for the day. Jim and Barb went off for a ride on a horse, and an hour or so later, Barb returned alone on the horse. Jim had become bored on the farm and persuaded Barb to ride him into Melrose, and she could ride the horse back out to the farm. That raised some response. Also on the farm, Uncle Will introduced Jim to his bees, and of course Jim got stung. Uncle Will was a real practical joker. When Jim was out traveling as a fur packer, and also when he was the salesman for the Montreal Fur Trading Company, if he got within 100 miles of home, he came on home, climbing the front porch post and coming in through our bedroom door. I remember Barb saying once that if she got out on her own, she wouldn't be running home every 2 days. But she was just the same, even hitchhiking home all the time. What can I say? We just have a great family. Others say if you're Irish, you have to be tough. Here's a few pictures that I found about Margaret McInerney's book. I don't know if you got that book. And that was a line invitation. And that's our great-grandmother, Richard. And this is Monsignor Horton.
Wait a minute. You said Richard, and he said Richard. Well,
They didn't have the same
Oh.
lunch.
There we go
I'm
again.
American and he's French.
In South Georgia, it's big.
They had different grandmothers.
Yeah. Was she adopted too?
Well, they did.
All right, who's next?
Uncle Terry is next.
Well, James and I never spent much time together, but I do remember the time that Margaret and Jim, I was in service and living off close, Mary and I were married, and they brought Mary Ann over to our apartment in Western to sink because they were staying at the Lafayette and they didn't want to take advantage of their facilities. Lord knows what's in the sink over there.
And the sink at the hotel. It wasn't good enough for you.
Boy, that wasn't good enough for me for the hotel.
knowing Father Wolf.
Mike, you're next.
No, Aunt Debbie's next.
Oh, and then, I don't know, I think.
Remember that, Jim?
Mary got some of mine, that's right. Jim played football and later played basketball. I was in about the 4th grade of the game, and he bumped a guy, and someone behind me said, "Hey, Wolf, this isn't football." And I turned around and I said, "That's my brother you're talking about." Also, when he was on the road, he used to come out and climb up the pillars and go to Mary Bart's bedroom and scare them. Jim dug a root cellar in our backyard for the apples and potatoes that we grew. And once a skunk got in there, we had to throw everything away.
Uncle Jack.
You didn't bring yours either?
I could go on.
He doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
The only reason I didn't write one was because Aunt Mary got all the cards. We took a trip in 1980, a long vacation, Betty and I. We went out to Modesto to see them. We first arrived in Modesto. Our first job was to go to Reno and pick up Julie and her belongings from University of Nevada at Reno. Jim decided he should drive because he knew the way. We had a nice drive over the mountains from Modesto to Tahoe and then around the south end of the lake and we stopped at Silver City, right? I guess that's right. And on into Reno. We had a short wait to pick up Julie, so we were cruising downtown Reno when all of a sudden the car came to a screeching halt in the middle of the main drag thoroughfare. Jim jumped out, leaving the car double parked, and ran into a store. It turns out he was checking to see if his socks had arrived. Needless to say, I was very impressed. I had never ridden with anyone that wore imported socks before, especially ones that cost $14. After I got back to Miami, I went to Jacques Penier. Bought me some socks, and they even had green stripes across the front.
French designer.
Yeah.
They have to give the cards.
Well, listen to this. We ran into some people in Key West, Florida, from London. And the man, we're talking about these expensive socks. The man, Byford socks. The man sends him 3 pairs.
No.
6 pairs.
About 8 pairs.
6 pairs.
Yeah.
Melvin too.
I got mine in Canada.
Oh, they're beautiful.
You
Well,
know,
these were cheap socks.
they look good on my feet, don't they?
They got all different designs in it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, the next one is Kathy.
Oh, me? Okay.
Where's your card? Where's your
Oh,
card?
it's here in my pocket. Mike and I both worked together at the store with Dad.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, I would call it probably slave labor.
Right.
We had the long hours and no pay. He had the short hours and lots of pay. Plus he had the authority. But anyhow, Mike and I were having some problems with him because Dad was one that always believed anybody should have credit. So he would credit everybody. I mean, he fell for it if somebody could be a prostitute. It didn't matter to him. Well, Mike and I were angry with him over something, and I don't know what it was to this day. But anyhow, Mike comes down to the children's department, and he's mad, and I said I'm mad, and he's going to quit, and I'm going to quit. So he said, well, let's go find Dad. Well, the store in Bay City, you had a stairwell going up and a huge landing, and then another stairwell going up. So Mike goes up the elevator, comes down off the 3rd floor, down the steps, to the landing where Dad is there, and I go up the steps, and Dad's drinking out of the fountain, the water fountain. And Mike starts in, yeah, and I start in, and I said, yeah, and all of a sudden Dad decided he passed the wind, and he looked at us, and he said, that's what I think of both of you.
That's what a big old fart. And it's what I think of both of you. He walked away.
Why did you quit? We were so flattered
are shattered. They don't
He remembers, I remember that.
What could I say? I was too hungry, you know.
Okay, pardon me. Uncle Alan's next.
Oh, okay.
Now make this short, Ellen.
Make it short, make it short.
Alan's got his card.
I wrote it down so that I wouldn't tell a long-winded story. Okay. One evening while we were all staying in a motel, Jim helped Mike and Bob set up a mooning of Alan. All came off as planned except that Alan turned the table on them by flashing them back. Jim laughed so hard that he had to lean against the wall to stand up. True story. I went up, knocked on the door, and I'm standing there in my robe, and they opened the door. And which one of you was in the back? Bob was in the back, turns around, drops his shorts, and I'm standing there in his sweat. Right out in the hallway, and wah, give him a clap.
Took our wind out of our
Took the wind out of our
Ow! Bob is next.
Oh, you pick on me again, don't you? Go ahead, Sally. You read that one.
Bob?
Oh, this is the Jewish in my father. Tell you how Jewish he is. Sally and I lived in Clearwater, Florida, and my father likes roast duck. So we go to this favorite place, which was a Jewish restaurant, and we'd order duck. The only thing I couldn't figure out is when I order a duck, I want a whole duck. He'd always get duck, and it was a half a duck. So that's why I figured that he's probably Jewish, because all he ever got was half a duck. I mean, the whole duck, I would order the duck, and the duck would come, and I'm waiting for this big, beautiful duck, right? There's half a duck. I mean...
He must have made a deal with the cook.
And then there was another time, hold on. This is my father. My brothers and sisters can relate to this. My father had a habit of running around the house at times in his t-shirt, completely, totally, unequivocally naked underneath. And my father would run in front of his kids to find something with this tucked down like this, and the cheeks hanging out the back. Remember that? All the time. All the time. He's looking for something like this, and this baby's just a ruining everybody, and we're going, what the hell are you covering up for?
Hey, Bob, did you have long shorts in house, or did you just need a short one?
He just needed a short one.
Well, I'll have to tell you that he's gotten over that now. He stays fully dressed around me.
Okay, Sally.
Oh, God. I have the right one. But there's so many things I remember. But the funniest thing I remember is Mike and Bob always talking about Jim always having to spank Mike and never would cry. He would turn around and laugh at him.
And it would make him so mad.
It would get so mad.
Iron butt light.
Is that when you had the book in there, Mike?
Yeah. Dad proceeds to go to bed, and the only place to sleep is on our bunk bed. So he takes the top one, probably because there's clean air up there for his nasal passages, right? So Mike and I are up there just kicking the hell out of each other, and all of a sudden, Dad wakes up and with his head, he looks at me, and I look at him and said, "Oh shit, where's going out?" He comes upstairs like, "Oh my God, Dad!" Remember that, Dad?
Yeah, I remember.
Getting back to what Bob said, why he never worked in the store, he did it one time, but Dad put him on the lingerie department.
I like it. Don't worry, Mike. Take extra minutes. Yeah. You're soft too, Mike.
I found this article at the house the other day going through some of Mom and Dad's old belongings, and this newspaper article, Clinton versus St. Ambrose. St. Ambrose won 12-0. I'm not going to read the whole article. I'll read you one small paragraph. It said, let's see, where is it? Okay. Clinton boys finally took possession of the ball on their own 40. Wolfe brought it to the visitors' 40, but lost it on a fumble. The visitors brought it right back to St. Mary's 44 and lost it on downs. The first play was a 35-yard pass from Wolfe, but it was interception and the game ended.
That's why they didn't call me Joe.
I don't know, that's all. You can read it. And then there was some pictures here.
Well, that is ancient.
Remember that one?
Yeah, all yellow and pink. Does that tell you anything?
Is this the pink awning and the black?
That's addressed in Flint.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next?
Gay is next.
I was trying to think, I couldn't think of anything, but hearing all the stories reminds me of something that really upsets me about the Byford sock. Anytime Mike and I are anywhere, we have to look for Byford socks. When we're in Canada, we have to hunt out the Byford socks. So now we've got some 100% old socks that I wash in the washing machine, and anything sticks to it. So he says, well, why don't we hand wash them? So
Why don't we what?
hand wash them in the sink.
Why don't we hand wash them in the sink?
Yeah, wait.
Mike's
So
got a
the
mouth
first
in
2
his pocket.
years, I'm hand washing his socks.
For how long?
One day Bob comes over, for 2 years, you come over and you're like, what's this? I said, well, I hand wash Mike's socks. He said, well, always hand wash Dad's socks.
And then he put them on stretchers.
Yeah.
Dad
So
put his
now
own
I,
on
no, now on I put his 100% wool socks in the washing machine.
My dad washed it just like that, darn.
Yeah.
So you picked up some of your bad habits.
Well, I'll do it next time. Okay.
No, good job.
I relayed one of my recollections the other night, but for those of you who might not have been here, one of my prize ones was my Aunt Kay came to visit. And Kay and I are 5 years apart in age. 5, I think. Anyway, she came to visit us in Streeter.
Does that help you any?
We were never allowed to go to the carnival or movies or parks in the summer because one of us were surely going to get polio. My mother was convinced. Peggy, come here. So anyway, we got in the car. Kay wanted to go. We all wanted to go to the carnival. Well,
We like to check out what we
With Mike ever had that.
Sean.
Yeah. We had to have this Volkswagen.
oh, right.
Found the Volkswagen, we're living in Grand Rapids. And found the Volkswagen on this lot. So okay, so we go up there and I look at, oh, what the hell do I know about a car? You know, surprised me. I looked in front, there wasn't even an engine he was going to buy. You know. So anyway, we bought the Volkswagen for him. So I headed back home in one car.
Mom can't cut it back in the other. She followed me.
Anyway, they're not coming home, they're not coming home. He got out in the freeway, the Volkswagen died on him. It was a cheap, I mean, it was a terrific deal.
Well, it was because the guy took my Corvair in, and the Corvair wires all burned up, so I went down the junkyard, pulled a whole bunch of wires out, and taped them all together. Okay, so all the lights were working, so I traded him in a piece of junk, and he sold me a piece of junk.
Even trade off.
I sold Dad a wonderful car, though. I sold it to him for $1.
What?
Dash Wrangler. I gave him the nicest car in the world.
How does that work?
Yeah, but it's, the screen's jumping on it.
Finish on the Volkswagen. So anyway, we patched it up, we did everything, and it wouldn't, you know, when an attorney, we're gonna sue you. The front end wobbles, I mean, the front end was just like this, I mean, you know.
On the Corvair?
No,
No,
on the Volkswagen.
But we got around that because his uncle signed the papers. He was underage, but the uncle signed it. We got out of that. Is that working out better?
Yeah, Mike
Yeah.
just said, trust me, Dad, we'll get out of it. Trust me, Dad, we'll get out of it. I do it all the time.
I had one more I've got to tell. Okay, Kelly, you go ahead and tell yours.
Alright, last night I was going up the stairs and I was going to Grandpa Colleen. Well, he's sitting on the floor here. Okay, don't be embarrassed. But his legs are they're super spready, so you're like that. And I come up and I see this big black thing. And there's this big, huge hole in his pants.
I got a hole in my pants, you know. I forgot it. I don't notice it when I put it on.
Kelly does.
Kelly would notice something like that.
Crotch cooler.
Scratch cooler, and I planned it that way. Go ahead, Mike.
I got one more. This goes back to Aurora when I was in love with pigeons. And
Oh, God.
I was in love with these. I was always in love with pigeons. In fact, it really started in Iowa, and then they gave away my pigeons, Charlie and Mabel. But anyways, we got to Aurora. I went out to some farmer's house, and he had a big old barn, and they had tons of pigeons in it. Well, I didn't know if they were between homing pigeons, racing pigeons, whatever. Pigeons. So my buddies and I went out there, and we started grabbing these pigeons, and we were throwing them down on the spirits. I was
I was 11 years old at that time. Well, my two buddies took off, and this guy comes up and he grabs me by the arm. He says, "You're coming with me." So he took me into his house, took my bicycle, put the bicycle in the basement of the house. This was in North Aurora. We lived in Aurora. Takes me in his car. He had a Mercedes. I remember that. Took me in his Mercedes. Went into Aurora looking for my buddies. They were up at Oberweis. And he says, got a hold of his kids and says, "Where are the pigeons?" The kids said, "Well, they flew away. You know, we let them go." So then he took me back from Aurora to North Aurora to the police department. And they called you, I guess. And you came down. And this guy was insistent he was going to press charges. He was stealing his pigeons. Well, he had no evidence because the birds flew away, right? But he was going to sue. I mean, he was going to press charges. So then, Dad had made the comment to the chief of police. He said, "Well, if this guy presses charges, I'm going to press charges against you for kidnapping." The guy said, "You can't do that." And the officer says, "Yes, you can. You forced a child, a minor, into a car, took him from one city, North Aurora, to another city, Aurora, and back. That is considered kidnapping." So I thought, this is cool. I'm going to get home. Big old black belt came out. Got a few whippings on the butt. Went upstairs and started laughing all over again.
My dad used to say, "Jimmy, it's going to hurt me more to tell you," and I never could figure out why. Mike, it never did.
No.
Don't turn that light off.
Real quick, Brittany and
Sean did right down.
Neither the voice.
That's good. I like
Kevin, is
those
that
guys.
working?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yes, I'm sure.
Don't move it quite so fast.
I'm not moving it fast.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Kevin?
Are we trying to get this thing over in a hurry?
What?
I'm not.
Read the cards.
Dad, after you
Well,
he said this afternoon, it's like 5 o'clock.
Dad, where's your camera?
Up here.
Yeah.
Here, take it. Kevin, take the camera over by Uncle Mike.
I can't. It's on the cord because the battery's going.
You're a wonderful dad on the
Get a longer cord, kid.
Love on your birthday and all. You've been wonderful over the years, and you still are. So that's good. Thanks for loving and understanding, for guiding and caring, and mostly for just being you. The best dad a person could ever have. Love and kisses, Kathy, Alan, David, and Colin.
The blue gift is for you.
Yeah, but notice Mike just shuffled it, so his gift was there.
And you got the store too.
Yeah, you're right. There's two blue ones.
I hope this isn't being counted as this is not Christmas.
Who's running up and down up there?
Kids.
Well, what are you,
All right.
parent or something? Since when are you showing anything? Gay does all the discipline. God.
Oh, man, that's
Right.
I love that.
Oh, that's nice.
I'll see it, Grandpa.
Beautiful.
See the camera.
That's so crappy, Dad.
Yeah.
Good, Michael, I'm doing real good.
Thank you. You can count that as Christmas if you want.
Long sleeve, short sleeve.
No, this
Boy, I
is
tell you,
Christmas.
that didn't work. That's a merchant saying you can count something as Christmas? Is he a merchant or was he?
Yeah.
Well, I figured you'd forget by then.
Everybody's welcome to come to Christmas if they like.
So you have to have snow on the ground, so you guys gotta all come north. We're gonna be in Miami. What? We're going to Miami.
Yeah, they're in Miami.
Might come to Miami.
For what?
Is that
Hey,
the
Jack?
Orange Bowl? Is there any
Where's
chance
Jack
of
go?
getting tickets to the Orange Bowl?
Jack left. Yeah, he went upstairs.
Well, that's nice.
Does Jack know how to go
Mr. Rogers sweater.
Oh, it's
Happy day.
Mr. Rogers zips thing.
Hey, you ever see Eddie Murphy do it?
Mr. Robinson's neighborhood.
Yeah.
I said, landlord.
We steal the bag and go. Eddie Murphy does it. And then there's a siren. I gotta go now. He's running out the window. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. That's one of Eddie Murphy's best.
Orange Bowl. Mom went out and bought like 300 of these.
Oh, she did not.
At least 25.
Every place I go, there's a picture of Bob like
He
that.
doesn't have one.
So, when I went out to California and got a lot of my stuff, she had this metal chest I went through, and there's like 15 of them left, right? So before I left, I thought I would grab one, and we signed it. Dad, in case you didn't get one. Oh, Bob!
Hey, payback's a bitch.
What did I do one year with that same picture?
You were
Didn't I superimpose that one time, that picture? Well, it was funny, we go to Aunt Pat's house. I gotta tell Bob.
Jim, hold it up.
I'm gonna be pissed.
I get pissed. Paybacks are a bitch. Your ass is mine now.
We were taking pictures at Aunt Pat's house one day, and I took your picture that was on her mantle and held it up next to me.
That was funny.
Well, if anybody watched when we still got 13 or 14, he's been out of school 25 years.
I might get one to Sean.
That was the picture I shuffled to put on top, Bob.
That's what I thought. No, I couldn't. Can you bring it down again?
Oh, baby, birthday toast. Sit down, Dave. Sit down, Carl. Good girl.
Sit down. The joy a day can hold, all the luck a year can bring, all the happiness things in life. Happiest things in life are the best of everything. Traditional English toast. Mr. Wolf. Mr. Wolf. Have a good time on your birthday and enjoy yourself all year, friends. Thank you.
She did raise it.
In retailing was awful. All my life in retailing, they call me Mr. He goes into retailing, they forget everything is like, you know. Times change. I meant the times change, you know.
What do they call him?
They call me Mike. Or janitor. Mostly janitor. Hey, you come here.
Hey, plumber.
Yeah, the other day I was in the store before I got out. I changed the light bulb, fixed the vacuum cleaner. What else did I have to do? The girl says we need a new vacuum cleaner. I said, check the bag and the belt. No, never thought of doing that. These women, I mean, what do they do at their own house?
They don't. That's the whole problem. They don't know.
All right, read it.
Be happy on your birthday. You've got all the good things. Anybody your age could possibly.
Wait a minute.
Be happy on your birthday. You've got all the good things anybody your age could possibly want.
Anybody. B-O-D-Y.
Oh, that's money.
Yeah, read it though.
Your socks match, your eyes follow motion, and you hardly ever droop on your sweater. There, your socks match, your eyes follow motion, and you hardly ever droop on your sweater.
Where's that from, Dan?
Wow.
Sean and
Sean,
that's what I call love.
Let me finish. Love, Sally, Sean, Jamie, and your favorite son. I'll tell you, Bob, I had to all over again. I'd give you the stores.
Guess what? I really want it.
Mike would probably be happier.
Yeah,
right. Thank you.
just don't drool on your sweater.
That's why they gave him a new one.
They're crazy here, aren't they? You ever see? Oh, look what we got here. Oh, for your dad, with lots, for you, Dad, with lots of love. Dad, we ordered a subscription to the Wall Street Journal. Oh, good for you. Enjoy. Love, you may. PPS. Take another look at the front of this card. Oh, the Wall Street Journal. The dog reading. No birthday card could bring more love than this one does today, because it's for a dad who is so dear in every way. It brings, I'm sure glad other people read this stuff. It brings a world of pride as well in all the things you do. For anybody would be proud to have a dad like you. Happy birthday. Love and kisses, Mary Ann, Jim, and who's it?
Who's the rest of that clan?
Christy, Julie, Amy.
We leave out Tony?
Tony.
In there.
Tony. I just wrote Tony. P.S. Aggie's footprint. That's Aggie.
She's over here. Look at, she's guarding the sausage. She knows it's up on the table.
Enjoying it, Ben? Sure you're getting old, but that doesn't mean you have to forget about sex. This tells you about birds and the bees.
Now he's gonna tell you kids.
Birds and the bees.
He says he's quite there over there on the side.
Well, you better get it in braille.
Okay, birds and bees, male and female, more birds and bees. You know the stuff people do with no clothes on. Happy birthday. Paul and Alice.
Oh, Paul and Alan and Darwin.
Oh,
Next year.
Olive.
Yeah, she
yeah.
sent it. I'm not gonna.
Oh, Paul and
There you
Jerry.
go. They live in Bentonwood, electrical cord.
They were here last week,
Yeah.
so she knew we were giving them a party for you, so she came here.
Were you, Grandpa?
Mama here,
With
Mama
loving
there,
thoughts on your
Mama
birthday.
everywhere.
Oh, boy.
Careful, Dave.
Real money.
You out of cord.
Those who love you, Grandpa, and so many people do, welcome any chance at all to stop and think of you. In fact, this greeting is sent to you. You're thought of right this minute, and your wish a special happy day with lots of pleasure in it. Love, Kevin and Kelly. Thank you.
Then they were going.
Please don't.
I know that Santa's not following, says that. Special birthday on your...
Wait till you're 80.
Yeah. For a special dad on his birthday.
Yeah.
Kevin's filming this, so he's not in the picture, but
Buddy.
Kevin Keller wanna give him the card.
Children do not always know just how to tell their dad about the love they've always felt, the pride they've always had. Children cannot always say the things they try to show, but they hope their dad will see their love. They hope their dad will know. And of course, everybody's dad and mom knows that truth, right? You heard me. I heard you. With all the love and special thoughts that any wish could bring, and then an added line to say, thanks, Dad, for everything. Have a great birthday. Love, Gay, and Mike. Thank you.
Hi.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's right.
I tell you, shut up.
Oh, was he?
I tell you, yeah, in case you did, I could hear me.
Oh, I
It's almost the money. It's almost the money.
Don't worry. I will be hard for Mike.
More dirty pictures?
Yeah, they came from the Reagan, so.
I doubt it.
Want to bring it again?
I know that's Jack. Jack, grab the phone behind you. Other way.
That's not your fault, that's Jack's fault.
I guess then you got it.
Okay. Somebody said they got it, Alan.
Thank you.
Someone loves
Bob's picture.
Amy.
Your diploma after all these years.
St. Joseph Lee.
Oh, first.
Redemption. Happy birthday. Yeah.
Right, give me a pat.
Redemption.
Redemption.
It needs to be redempted.
Don't give it to your
dog, Dave.
No, because she'll get sick, David. You eat it.
That's beautiful.
She's already got
Nothing to read.
She'll get sick.
What's the mask?
There was a card inside.
The Redemptorist, in case you.
Yeah,
forgot how to read. It says
Yeah,
Redemptorist.
I told him maybe there
Oh,
was.
what is it? Redemptorist.
The Redemptorist Father.
Oh, well, I should have known where that came from.
That's from, that's Alphonsus and Livornia.
Eh?
My Livornia.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't even know.
That's the president, friend.
Wait a minute. What are you looking for?
No.
There was a
No.
thing.
Brother, we've got our old ways.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, here they are.
Yeah. Here come.
Hi, Jeff, how are you? Come on in.
Thank you very much. Hey, Jim.
Hey.
Hey, buddy, how you doing? There goes Terry over there.
Hey, Jimbo. How are you?
Pretty good.
Video is this.
Anything you missed, you can catch up.
All right.
Yeah, she shared.
Oh, David's got the cup.
Okay, here you go.
Don't drop it.
Yes, rated bread.
Here.
Hey, don't get wrong. No, you gotta read it. Read it. Come on.
He proofreading the rest. Brother, we've gone our own ways, followed our own dreams, built our own lives. But there will always be something special between us. Happy birthday, dear Jim. God bless you. All our love, Terry and Mary.
That's nice.
That is nice.
And this is all for Terry.
That is nice. Yeah.
What happens when you get to be 70?
You get old, Jim, you get old.
I think we're going to need them this winter. They say it's going to be cold. Thank you.
Yeah. Twice 80 degrees here down
Jack, don't touch his thing.
I'm trying to confuse him.
Happy birthday to you.
Julianne, Amy, and Christine.
Happy birthday, dear Grandma.
And Ann.
Well, now he's really hard to laugh.
Happy birthday to you.
My dear world. Can I wear it? Even though I want St. Ambrose?
Look at it this way, Jim.
Every football game.
We got about 100,000 invested there already.
Not quite.
Well, I'll tell you, after last week. Don't bring it up. I gotta get rid of it.
No, it's not bad.
Fred.
Jim and John.
That's my last one.
You know Jim.
Yes.
I got some water.
Okay, read it.
For a brother, you're not bad at all. Your brother, you're not bad at all. Dear Jim, sorry I didn't mean to be mushy. I just got carried away. Happy birthday. Surprise, surprise, another birthday. You sure look great for the big 170.
7-0.
7-0. With love, Jack and Betty. Thank you.
I'm doing pretty good.
You're my love. And this is Jack and Betty. This is Jack and Betty.
Read the little one first.
Open the little one.
Hey, you did.
I get that
In
from.
front of all these children?
It's not bad. It's Christmas package.
Chris, take my, you take my.
Santa pants.
Santa pants. Look at that. Santa pants.
He's down in youth fair.
Oh, the kids would love it.
Oh, these are right. There's no place to.
Yeah.
Sleeping pants. Oh, that's good.
Just don't try to go to the bathroom. You drop off the bottom.
The great escape.
You can wear them wherever you want.
Damn kids gave me a pair of shorts like that.
Green and dog.
No, you're not a red one.
Okay, John.
We go to Shell, it's off of Green, I didn't pay attention, I put them on. I go whip it in the bathroom and go yeah, right. Looked pretty silly with 80 guys lined up 8 deep to the urinal.
Grandpa, see it. Show it over here, Grandpa.
You can put that right next to Bob's picture now.
Right.
Grandpa. Uncle Bob. Uncle Bob. Show it over here.
No, I don't. Jim, how are you? You're good. You're good. You want to fix it on my man?
Earlier, but remember which one was Bob?
Oh, he's a gay. He's gay.
Bob, I'm right.
Hi, John. How are you?
They're keeping
Yeah,
it
Bob.
there.
We've been fighting all over.
I think you're the reason my dad didn't come.
Why?
Hey, Bob.
Right.
A little preppy, too.
Uncle Bob, move out of the way.
Preppy.
Preppy, too.
It is nice.
Fat ass is in the way. You heard it here.
I can't give you any good philosophies of life. Wish you
Sean and Jamie.
I think your philosophy of life
Take that back, Dad.
changes so often. And everybody's philosophy is probably a little different because God made everybody different. But I will say this. It's worth taking care of yourself to get 70 years of age. It isn't what we used to think of us years ago, old and decrepit. So take care of yourself, and I hope you get 70, and I hope I get 80, and I hope that I get 90. That's what life is all about. Cardinal Cook in Chicago once said, stay alive as long as you can, because you're going to be dead for a while. That means we got to do this 2 or 3 more times.
Where's
In your campsite. Then tee it off here. Then bring it here to get your ice to the refrigerator. And go right there, then put your attachment in. Then in about 3 weeks after you get it in, see if that green is still there. If the green is still there, you may need an ultraviolet to put an ultraviolet right here to kill the bacteria. An ultraviolet will cost me about $185. I don't think there's bacteria.
They jumped out.
You know how you got the overflow that drains out under the house? Yeah. I crawled over the other day, I was doing some insulating, and I found a rock where the water's been draining on it. It's got a green, hard crust on it, about 2 thick. Not algae. No, it's not an algae. If it doesn't, there's another head. It's made down in Florida. It costs
Let me zoom in here.
$3, but it lasts for 20 years. Okay. Then you would put it on. We could put it on here. On the income. Yeah. It changes the molecular structure of the water to make the water wetter. And when the water goes through anything like this.
Dave, just a minute, Dave, wait a minute, you can get in with you can get in with the boy.
You get to get in with Kevin.
He won't move.
But that's not understandable. That's all right, Choo Choo. He's determined.
He's determined.
Yeah, but then,
There we go. Are we on camera?
Yeah. David's gonna kick your eyes out if you can't.
Okay, now Sean and Kevin go back to the picture. Sean, Kevin.
Everyone say their names, though, who they are.
Oh, that's good.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Where's Kelly? Sit down, Ann. Gotta get down.
I thought we just did this.
No, you gotta get the other kids in. All the kids in?
Uncle Jim.
Oh yeah, let's dance.
Well, everybody kind of wave or say something, you know. Say all them good words. Uncle Jack, tell them what to do here.
Yeah, everyone say
There you go.
Smile. starting with the old
Girls, say Mel Gibson.
And you first. I'm Ann.
Okay.
Christy.
Colleen.
Tony or Bob, turn it down.
Kevin, you gotta say your name.
Kevin.
Sean. Kellen, I'm older than him.
Jim.
Well, you're a dork. I agree, you know. And Colleen. Say your name. Who are you?
Okay.
Who are you?
And David's in there, but you still gotta watch the film.
That's right.
Here's Jeff.
Be in the picture, but he's
How long are we going to be doing this? For a second. Kathy.
That's all right. You got all night tomorrow.
The game is on pause, Dad, and we're very far.
Well, that's all right. It can be on pause as far as I'm concerned.
No, it only lasts 4 hours.
Well, then it's so bad.
It's free. Okay. Wait. Kathy has to get in there. So does Dad. And then we go. Kelly's a geek, isn't she?
Oh, yeah, but this joke.
Hey, Bob.
Andy was rubbing my back. Bob, get over here.
What are you going to do?
We're missing 2, but
Yeah.
they're in California.
They're lost. They're lost.
They're lost.
They're lost.
They belong to the Harry Christmas.
I am.
Baby
Hey,
Dad.
Dad, he had you on film when you were doing that.
Watch out, David. What's up, David? Watch out, Jessica.
That's your new girlfriend, Bob.
David. Move out of the way. He's trying to take pictures. Come on in.
Bob.
This is Bob.
Jim. Bob was a breastfed baby, you can tell.
You gotta hurry up, gang. You got too much traffic here, man.
You mean all the 3 little boys? Isn't that something?
Grandsons.
Oh, you guys were
It's all right, Kathy.
That's her 3rd trip in front of the camera now.
It's on, Kevin. Give a victory sign or something.
Well, 1 finger victory sign.
Say your name.
David.
David. Kevin, give me your name.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to do...
Sean.
Wait, so I'm taking a picture, but no, don't stop moving.
Kevin, look up, smile. Kevin.
Kevin, smile.
Kevin, look up at the camera.
Why? There's cameras there, cameras there, cameras there, cameras there. Where am I supposed to look? Look at the old man on the wall.
Right. You guys are the crazy ones that got involved with this family.
Oh, that's going to be an all-night affair.
Okay, take your pictures, guys.
Alright, guys.
Oh, nobody wants to take any pictures.
Give me a minute, I lose 40 pounds.
I can make this real slim if you want.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
You just sit up with strength. There you go. You look like so little down there.
What about
This is all of the Reagan family? Last time I saw the Reagan family, there was like 50 of them.
This is the Atlanta branch of the
Oh, this is a branch of them.
This is the smart people that came
So this is the Georgia branch.
Kelly, look.
Okay, everybody get their pictures? Okay.